Have you ever wondered why your cat watches your every move? It's not just about food. They're reading your emotions, body language, and even your scent. Many owners assume cats feel loved just because they're fed or petted, but the truth goes much deeper. In this video, we'll reveal 6 daily actions that show your cat truly feels loved. Backed by expert insights and research, you'll learn how hand gestures, routines, and scent rituals communicate trust and affection, turning simple moments into powerful signs of connection with your feline friend. Strategic. Ignoring. One of the most counterintuitive ways cats feel safest and most loved is when they are not immediately the focus of attention. Unlike humans, who often express affection through constant engagement, cats perceive attention differently. Rushing toward them or demanding interaction can unintentionally trigger their threat assessment system. From a feline perspective, being approached too quickly removes their ability to choose, and choice is central to their sense of safety and trust. Strategic ignoring restores that choice, letting the cat decide if, when, and how to engage with you. When you calmly enter a room and occupy yourself with a predictable, non-threatening activity such as reading, working, or quietly sitting, your cat is free to observe you without pressure. This allows their fear response to diminish while curiosity takes over. Over time, they begin to understand that your presence does not demand interaction, which paradoxically encourages them to initiate contact on their own terms. This sense of control triggers positive neurochemical responses in the brain, reinforcing feelings of safety and bonding. Consistency is key. By repeating the same patterns of calm behavior, your cat builds a mental map of when and how to approach you comfortably. Predictable actions turn you into a stable emotional anchor rather than an unpredictable stimulus. Strategic ignoring is never emotional distance. It is a deliberate invitation. By stepping back, you give your cat the space to step forward, creating a bond built on trust, choice, and mutual understanding. Over time, this approach strengthens your connection in a way that active pursuit alone never could. The hand offering ritual. Offering your hand to a cat without forcing contact is one of the most powerful gestures of trust you can make. To a cat, this action is far from casual. It is deeply symbolic. In feline social structures, scent sharing is reserved for safe and familiar individuals. By extending your hand and allowing your cat to sniff first, you are communicating respect for their boundaries and autonomy, showing that interaction will happen on their terms. This simple moment allows your cat to gather information about where you have been, how you feel, and whether you are emotionally regulated. A cat's sense of smell is directly linked to their emotional processing. When they take the time to sniff your hand, they are assessing safety before deciding whether to engage. If your cat chooses to rub against your hand afterward, it signals acceptance, trust, and shared identity rather than submission or obligation. Timing makes this ritual even more effective. Cats are particularly attentive during reunions, when scent and emotional cues are most informative. Repeating this gesture consistently builds a cumulative sense of security. Over time, your cat begins to associate your presence with calm, predictability, and consent. This interaction is not about demanding affection, but providing choice. By waiting and offering the opportunity to approach, you transform the moment into cooperation. Trust grows because you respected their autonomy. In the feline world, waiting is a language of respect, and respect is the foundation of love. Invisible space bubbles. Cats exist within shifting zones of personal space that change throughout the day. These invisible space bubbles reflect their emotional state, energy levels, and level of trust rather than fixed personality traits. Misreading these zones is one of the most common reasons cats and humans misunderstand each other. What may seem like aloofness or indifference is often a subtle form of communication. Paying attention to these cues is essential for building trust. At times, a cat prefers to observe from a distance, using you as a visual anchor rather than an active interaction partner. At other moments, they may feel safe enough to sit closer, exchange slow blinks, or vocalize. Physical contact only becomes welcome when their internal state allows their intimate zone to open. These zones expand when trust is high and contract when stress or uncertainty increases. One of the clearest signs of deep trust occurs when a cat sits with their back turned toward you. This posture exposes some of their most vulnerable areas and indicates complete confidence in your presence. Far from being dismissive, it is a gesture of emotional security. By respecting these spatial cues instead of overriding them, you show that your cat's comfort matters. This awareness reduces anxiety, reinforces trust, and strengthens your bond. Understanding a cat's personal space is not about maintaining distance. It is about listening without touch and letting them feel safe on their terms. If this is helping you see your cat's behavior in a new way, take a moment to like the video and subscribe for more insights into how cats show trust and affection. Security rituals and routine. Routine is not boring to cats. It is deeply comforting and biologically essential. Cats evolved to rely on predictable patterns for survival, and their nervous systems respond positively to stability. When daily interactions follow a consistent rhythm, cats experience lower stress levels, even if the total amount of attention is the same. Predictability signals safety, and safety is the foundation for bonding and trust. Security rituals are most effective when they mirror natural feline cycles. Engaging in interactive play, followed by feeding, grooming, and rest, recreates the instinctive hunt and reward sequence built into a cat's brain. This pattern produces emotional satisfaction and a sense of completion. You are no longer just a caregiver providing food and comfort. You become a trusted partner who helps your cat fulfill their instincts. Timing is just as important as the activity itself. When interactions happen at roughly the same times each day, cats learn to anticipate what will come next. Anticipation reduces vigilance, increases relaxation, and makes your presence feel safe rather than unpredictable. These routines also build emotional resilience. In unfamiliar or stressful situations, cats rely on established patterns to regulate themselves. Love, from a cat's perspective, is not shown through intensity but through reliability. By showing up the same way every day, you signal that their world is secure and that you are a dependable and trustworthy part of it. Non-touch love language. Much of feline affection happens without physical contact. Cats communicate trust through subtle signals that are easy to miss if you are only watching for cuddles or petting. One of the most powerful signals is the slow blink. By gently closing and reopening your eyes, you show vulnerability and calm, which in the animal world is a clear sign of trust. When a cat returns this gesture, it activates bonding pathways in their brains similar to those used during mutual grooming with other trusted cats. This exchange is emotional intimacy, not passive behavior. You are engaging in their social language without ever crossing physical boundaries. Voice also plays a critical role in non-touch communication. Cats are highly sensitive to tone, rhythm, and pitch, and they often develop personalized vocal patterns with their primary human. Over time, these vocal cues become a private communication system, reinforcing emotional closeness and familiarity. They recognize and respond to these subtle signals in ways that strengthen attachment and trust. Non-touch communication respects your cat's autonomy while deepening connection. It allows presence without intrusion and affection without pressure. Cats who feel understood through these cues often become more expressive and socially engaged rather than withdrawn. Love, from a cat's perspective, is not something you do to them. It is something you share quietly, in small moments, through attention, calm presence, and subtle emotional signals that show you understand them completely. The scent bond secret scent is at the heart of how cats understand belonging. Unlike humans, who rely mostly on sight and sound, cats interpret the world primarily through smell. Your scent represents safety, familiarity, and identity. When your cat seeks out your clothing, bedding, or personal items, they are not being clingy or needy. They are performing an instinctive ritual to reinforce their connection with you and to feel secure in their environment. Research confirms that access to a trusted human's scent reduces stress far more effectively than toys, treats, or even the presence of other people. This is because scent carries emotional memory, providing information about who you are, how you feel, and whether the surroundings are safe. When your cat rubs against you, sleeps on your belongings, or needs your clothing, they are mixing scents to create a shared group identity. In feline social structures, this is a sign of family. It is their olfactory way of saying, "We belong together," and it strengthens emotional attachment and a sense of security. Cats are also highly sensitive to subtle changes in your scent caused by stress, illness, or mood. They respond to chemical cues as much as behavior. This explains why they often remain close during emotionally intense moments. For your cat, love is not only felt, it is smelled. When your scent provides comfort and calm, you are no longer simply a caregiver. You become their safe place, their anchor, their home. If you learned something new about your cat's secret language, give this video a like, comment your favorite tip, and subscribe for more insights into pet behavior. Don't forget to watch the next video on your screen.